What are we hunting today, Matt?
Well, today we'll be hunting Bigfoot. We're looking at 2012's Bigfoot, The Lost Coast Tapes, released on October 26, 2012, directed by Corey Grant and produced by New Breed Entertainment. Austin, would you sum up this movie for us?
Yeah, it's basically about a Bigfoot hunter that claims to have a body of this young Sasquatch that he has killed. And this skeptical journalist learns about this and goes off with his documentary crew to see if this is true. At the same time, trying to prove this finding to be a hoax. Alright, so our main character, Sean Reynolds, what do you think?
Sean was kind of a dick. He didn't really care about anybody in his whole group. He just wanted to get this film done.
He cared more about the money that was being made.
Yeah, I mean, he put a lot of money down into it, to be fair.
Yeah, but still, like, when your ex-girlfriend is hurt and, you know, one of your crew members went out into the woods to retrieve a vehicle and never came back, you know, he doesn't really care.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't... I don't know if he really liked anybody. Yeah, I think his main objective, though, was money. Always.
Yeah. Throughout this whole movie, he was a skeptic. Even until the end, he was still a skeptic. Even though, like, people see things... you know, he heard the noises, he saw the markings outside the cabin. He was just a complete skeptic throughout this whole movie.
I mean, rightfully so, almost. I mean, no one is super hard to believe in something like a Bigfoot or, I mean, anything.
I don't know, I think, like, big-ass scratches on the side of a cabin is evidence enough.
Oh, I'm not sure about that, though, because they thought that it was going to be, like, somebody trying to do it on purpose so they can sell this story or so they wouldn't be a hoax.
Yeah.
Because this guy stops making money if this is a hoax, you know?
No, but you can still make money on it being a hoax by exposing the guy.
Well, I'm saying that it's not Sean Sean's making the money at that point.
Yeah.
It's not Carl. It's not Driveback.
Yeah.
Driveback, I don't think we've talked about him. Driveback is the hunter. He's the guy who found a Sasquatch.
Who claimed to have killed a Sasquatch.
Yeah, he's the hunter in this one. Let's go down all of them. But there's Daryl, there's Robin, and there's Kevin.
Our main guys.
Main guys. There are other ones. Daryl's the cameraman. He's like Sean's best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a lot of banter in the movie.
And then, like, Robin Conway was the ex-girlfriend of Sean. Probably ex because of him being a complete dick and having that mental breakdown that they shortly summarized.
Yeah, he had like
that happened in the past.
They really didn't say what happened. They just kind of
brought it up
very briefly to show that the character was kind of unstable.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. And then, I mean, she was a little different too. Robin was. She was very like spiritual.
Yeah, like into the native. I want to call it witchcraft, but you know, like she has like the burning thing, whatever that's called. Cleansing. I want to say
she was like cleansing her aura and doing all this stuff out there, trying to
war off evil spirits, I guess you can call it.
Yeah. And then what? Who's the last? Kevin. Kevin was
the new sound guy.
Yeah, they like made a whole little bit that black people could go in the woods. I think.
No. Kevin, like, first, like, in the beginning of the movie, they had, like, the guy that was supposed to be the sound guy. But he refused because black people don't go look for Bigfoot. Yeah. So he says. So he offered Kevin, and, you know, Kevin is now the new sound guy that's accompanying Sean, Daryl, and Robin on their little exploration.
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of like he was weird. He was different.
Yeah. He sat on a stranger's lap talking about how he looks like Santa Claus. Yeah. It's weird. Doesn't know how to be a sound guy, really, always standing in the frame.
Which didn't make much sense for the movie, right? Since he was actually supposed to be a sound guy, I believe. Like, I don't think he was just a random person. I think he was a sound guy for a different person in the company.
Yeah. But he was still bad at his job.
He was just bad.
But he was the most memorable character, I think.
Because they were always making fun of him. Yeah, that's right.
And, like, he was like the, I don't want to, oh, well, the hell with it. Yeah, he was the retard of the group.
For sure, yeah, no. There always has to be, like,
he fell asleep on, like, Robin's lap while they were driving and stuff like that. But towards the end and stuff, well, I want to say towards the end, but towards the middle, he was more reasonable. He was like, okay, I've seen enough. We've seen enough. We gotta get the hell out of here.
Dip, yeah, for
You're
sure.
messing with a nest. You're going places that we shouldn't even be. So if you're not gonna come with me, then I'll go by myself.
And he went by himself.
And never came back.
Yeah.
But for Drybeck, he was a little interesting character, country folk.
Country folk for sure. I mean, he was good at his job, I guess you'd say. I mean, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
To some degree. The whole place he had it fortified with like electricity with his little generator.
Yeah. It was some type of fence.
Yeah, I mean
it wasn't a fence, but it was like a current. I guess you can say it was
kind of like a cattle. What do they call it? Like a cattle something, a cattle fence. Anything.
Well, whatever it does, it kept them out. The Bigfoot's out
for a little while.
Yeah, until like apparently one of them threw a branch on its main source.
Yeah, like on one of the poles or something that carried electricity, or right over where the generator was, and it knocked it out. And they had a whole little scene about trying to turn it back on and hearing all the noises and stuff.
Yeah, and Drybeck was like, "All right, it's too dark. It's we can't fix it now. We got to fix it later. Let's hide out in the cabin."
And I mean, he kept him. I mean, that's when all the scratches and stuff came onto the house.
Yeah, like they were hearing the noises, the bangings. They were hearing like it's I guess you can call it its roars or its groans that it was doing. The Sasquatch.
And right before that, I think Kevin, Carl, Drybeck, and Robin went in, but Sean and Daryl were still out there for a little while.
Yeah, because they wanted evidence
that it was a Bigfoot or whatever.
Yeah, and then like while they were searching, a tree or a branch went down, almost hitting them.
Yeah, it looked like a tree. It looked pretty big.
Yeah.
Not something a normal person could just like push over.
But yet, Shane's like, oh man, this is all hoax.
Yeah, he still thought it was fake. Yeah,
somebody cut down this tree. He didn't say that, but
somebody's trying to hit him with a tree. To just play it off.
But the characters were quite memorable. Kevin, like we said earlier, he got tired of it and ran off into the woods. Well, he didn't ran off. He was just saying that he was going to leave and head out to the van. But Sean, being the dick that he is, was like, if you're going to go out there, take this chest camera with you.
Yeah, he strapped
keep it rolling. Yeah. But like the Robin, the ex-girlfriend, he was like, all right, Sean, you're
an asshole.
You're an asshole. Yeah. We're tired of your shit. So, we see him go off, and you would think that he just took the van and left.
Yeah.
Which would make sense. But later on, Drybeck comes back to the cabin after mysteriously leaving that same morning.
Yeah.
And one of his buddies was in the back, severely injured. He had a concussion and a broken hip, I believe.
Yeah, or like a displaced hip, yeah.
Yeah. And, of course, Sean was like, just give me your car keys and stuff so we can take
him to the hospital.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
and Robin, because Robin got dragged by Bigfoot, apparently.
Yeah, something happened to her.
Yeah. And, she had, like, this big old bruise on her thigh, which I don't think is hospital-wise, but...
Yeah.
But yeah, Sean and Drybeck got into a big argument. A nice little tussle broke out, and they took the car, and they were driving, and it turns out that all the roads were blocked by trees.
Mm-hmm. So I think they thought that Bigfoot knocked him over or something.
Yeah,
that's what Drybeck said at least.
Yeah. But what they did, they just turned around and went back, and Drybeck was like, all right, you're here to see the body.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to show you the body. But instead of, being like, no, we just want to go home, Sean's like, this is $1 million shot that we're missing
It's
out
the money
here.
shot. It's the thing they came here for. And
of course, like,
on.
there was like, hell no. And then Ron was like, why are you making these decisions? I'm the hurt one here.
Yeah.
You know, I should do whatever I want, right? So, Daryl gives Robin a gun, which he has no idea how to use. And, they leave her there in the cabin with Drybeck's friend. And Daryl, Sean, and Drybeck go out towards the coast where there is this sea cave where the alleged body of a young Sasquatch was.
Yeah, and they searched around. It was really dark in there. It was obviously a cave, and they heard like noises and stuff.
And then in the far back, you see the chest.
The chest, yeah.
Which I don't think they opened.
They didn't open. Right before they opened it, where you see this like money shot of a Bigfoot or whatever, a small Bigfoot, baby Bigfoot. They didn't cut. They moved over to like the side where they heard rustling or something, or like.
And then Drybeck was like, "Oh, there's something else in here with us. You guys stay here. I'm gonna go check it out." And while they was checking out, Daryl, fell. He busted his head because
his nose. I think he was bleeding.
His nose. And then when he got up, he was like, "Why are you touching me?" And Sean was like,
"I'm not touching.
I'm over here."
Yeah.
And then Daryl turns on his light, and then you see like this big hairy thing, and I guess he was scared of the light and ran off.
Yeah, and I think at that time Drybeck was screaming. Now he was trying to get out.
Yeah.
They're rushing out now. They're like sprinting to try to leave and run away from whatever that big hairy thing that they saw or got touched by. Drybeck's just shooting in the air randomly at this point. Because you never get to see what he sees.
Yeah.
So he's just shooting at something and you don't know what. They think he's gone crazy. The Sean and Daryl have.
Also, like, the other reason why he could be shooting, because, if he said he didn't believe in the spirits.
He didn't believe in spirits, yeah.
Yeah, there's a nice little scene before the little cave incident where Robin, the spiritual person, was talking to Drybeck and saying, like, oh, I think the Bigfoot was trying to protect me from these evil spirits. But Drybeck's like, nah, coming for reality. These Bigfoots are primates, and they're just better off left alone. I guess, what was it called? Territorial.
Yeah. So territorial species or whatever. And so he said that his friend thought the same thing as Robin, though.
Yeah.
That they both were like into that spiritual thing.
And that like Bigfoots were like the protectors.
And it's possible. It could be true in this movie, but yeah. So that maybe it wasn't the spirits that he was shooting at. He was just maybe trying to attract them or trying to scare them away or something.
Well, no, because like you can see him like be pulled into the air, and then like all of a sudden he's impaled on a tree.
Yeah, so there was definitely something there, but
yeah.
It just didn't really show us it. It was like a force, maybe like
a spirit
or something. But so after they saw that, they obviously were scared to death.
Now.
They believed and they were scared to death. I think Sean.
And of course, Sean was like losing his shit, and he was like, "Oh, what?"
Yeah, for sure. And Daryl started to like be the one who was
the man.
Scared, the man.
He pulled up his pants. He was like, "Let's go to the cabin. If anything happened to Robin, I'm gonna kick your ass."
Yeah, and he stopped recording. He was the one who stopped recording. He gave it to Sean and said, "You can record if you want to." He took a gun.
Yeah, he took Drybeck's shotgun.
And they made their way back to the cabin.
Then while this is happening, Robin is there. She turns on the generator in the fence and stuff, and she talks to her the Drybeck's friend, who's in a concussion and stuff, and she tries talking to him, and he kept saying camera. So she goes back to the truck where they attempted to escape in, and she finds a bloody camera. It turns out that was Kevin's camera.
Yeah, that was Kevin's camera.
And it showed how Kevin died.
Yeah, well, I mean, it didn't show what killed him, to be fair.
Yeah, because like it was strapped to his chest and the
So
camera
it
was
was just
facing his face.
It just saw blood everywhere. It was kind of
Yeah.
like... It was
Like
crazy.
something was tearing him up.
Yeah, and I guess that means Tribeca and everybody found the body. They didn't bring the body back. I guess they didn't want to show.
Or maybe they just... No, or maybe it was like the friend found the body.
And took the camera from it.
Yeah, and like while he was doing it, that's when he got attacked. And then Drybeck found him.
Yeah, it's very possible. At that point, so it was Robin who's got the camera, and she started watching the video. That's when she grabbed the gun.
Yeah.
At that point, because she
was like, "Oh shit, it's got
something
real."
Yeah, there's actually something there, and I mean, she went back inside, right?
Yeah.
She got everything.
No.
Did she not go back inside?
No, because she went out to the car.
Yeah, to the.
And then that's when she got a text. No, wait, hold on. She did went back inside for the buddy, and then you can see the buddy standing up next to the window, and then there's like this flash of light, and then like the guy got sucked out the window.
Kind of like an alien or something. Just like sucked him out.
UFO. And then that's when she ran out to the car, and then then she got sucked up by the light and got killed.
She was talking about why did I go outside?
Yeah, I should have stayed inside.
Yeah.
And then the camera's all staticky, and then you see like legs walking in front of the camera.
Okay, hairy. There was a hairy like hoof.
Yeah.
Kind of legs.
But yeah, Sean and Daryl returned to the cabins. None of the bodies were found of Robin and Tribeck's friend. And they go back inside the cabin, and Daryl was losing it too now. And he took the shotgun and he went outside and he started randomly shooting. And then a couple seconds later, for some reason, he comes back inside and he shoots himself in the head.
They didn't give really much of an explanation for that one. Maybe he just
he saw what it was, and he was like, "Oh,
there's nothing you can do.
Let me just."
He'd rather kill himself than fight.
Yeah.
At that point, Sean just he was fully gone at this point. He was done. I mean, he grabbed the gun himself too, and he didn't kill himself, but he
knew he was gonna die. Like you see, like the lights coming through the window.
He gave his little final testimony or something.
He apologized to everybody for what he's about to do, but he's like, the world needs to know. So he goes to the front door, opens it, walks outside, and his last words are, "It's not a Bigfoot. It's not a Bigfoot." And then you hear him screaming, the camera knocks over, and then next thing you know, you see the hairy legs that has hooves walking in front of the camera. Something picks up the camera, and you see a yellow eye. And that concludes the movie.
Yeah. So, I mean, what would you give a rating on the movie? Like, what do you think the movie was? Like a 1 out of 10, 5 out of 10?
I'll give it a 7.
A 7 out of 10?
Yeah.
I'd probably say the same. It was from the movie we watched the other day.
Area 51.
It was so much better. The story made sense. It didn't really have many plot holes.
Yeah. The characters were memorable.
The characters were super memorable. Like in comparison,
because you actually, I'm not gonna say you feel a connection to the characters, but you're more like,
the characters
this
could be
guy's
real.
A dick.
Oh yeah,
I do not like this guy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, each character had their spot that they fulfilled.
Yeah. But overall, in the ending, the monster was never identified. But of course,
theories.
There's theories. One being a native legend called the Wendigo, which is the natives laid a curse on the forest, and if you were to be in the forest and commit to cannibalism, you would be possessed by this spirit, and then you become this horrific creature known as the Wendigo.
Yeah. Then I mean, what I think it is, like aliens or demons or something, or maybe even like a spiritual kind of thing that it was. Because I mean, they talked about it in the movie that about a lot of spirits, so it would make sense to me that if it was like a demon or spirit or something.
Yeah, but you would think it would be an alien because of the lights.
Right? The bright white lights,
Yeah.
kind of like a UFO's like shining light on them, trying to suck them up and kill them.
But last but not least, people thought of it as the Jersey Devil mainly because of the hooves that it had. But it would not make any sense because the Jersey Devil is up in New Jersey while this film is set place in good old California. So I guess this would be the conclusion. Like I said, I'll give this 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10 sounds good. It was a good movie.
Yeah, 7 out of 10 Bigfoots.
7 out of 10, yeah, for sure. I would like to say in like conclusion that I would recommend you to go watch this movie or like buy it on DVD or it's actually a good movie, a fun movie to watch.
You can buy this on Amazon.
Amazon, yeah, and it's not too gory or anything, so you can watch it with.
It's not bad. I mean, like for the tone that was in this movie, it was comedic at the start, and then past the halfway point, it got more suspenseful.
Yeah, so I mean, it's
the characters were more memorable. Nothing but positivity.
Yeah, so for sure, I would recommend this movie 100%.
All right, so I guess that concludes it. So thank y'all for tuning in.
I'm Matthew.
And I'm Austin.
Thanks for watching.
Yep.